But we do begin the hour with the president and the supreme leader today. They're two very different visions for the future of the Strait of Hormuz. Two leaders seemingly disinterested in bringing an end to what looks like a military stalemate, although the president says that Iran is dying to make a deal. So for the Daily Take here in studio, the great Geraldo Rivera joins us.
Well, I hope they make a deal.
Do you think they're dying to make one, though, Iran?
I think the dying is on hold, but the dying will recommence as soon as they recommence hostilities, which is obviously what will happen if they don't make a deal.
Got the Ayatollah, Moshtaba, the Ayatollah Jr. partial post here from social media. His social media account was really active today. Foreigners from thousands of kilometers away who are greedily carrying out transgressions in the Gulf of the Sea of Oman have no place here except for the bottom of its waters. I mean, who knows?
I thought the prose was very florid.
Yeah, if it's him.
I wondered who actually did it.
Right.
You know, is it him or is it a chatbot?
Yeah, I mean, you think he's alive? That we don't even know for sure.
I don't know. You think he may be in some way really severely injured, limbs missing. We've heard that before. Something with the face. Maybe they're sustaining him in some artificial.
Because Trump's point's like we don't know who's in charge, so we don't know who we're talking to.
Well, I get that, but it just seems to me that we never knew who was in charge the whole time.
Right.
You know, what he has done, I think right now is paused long enough so the American public has lost its appetite totally for resumption of hostilities. I don't think so many people are against the war already. 2/3 of the people are against the war.
Yeah.
When you pause something, it's just like a street fight or something, to get it going again. Oh, no, not this again.
So the numbers would go down no matter what, you think, public?
I think that the only way to get the numbers up is for the president to proceed with some kind of peace plan, either that or, you know, the final blow against the Ayatollah's regime.
Yeah, because he wants to be able to call this a win. I mean, you could sense, I mean, you know him, the frustration in his voice at the end. He's going off on the media coverage and all that.
He's right in a sense. I think, Connell, when we grew up around here, when you read the New York Times on a daily basis, you want to kill yourself. It's such a depressing take on everything. You know, if there is the slightest aberration in a decimation of nuclear material, for example, then they'll go with the variation. They'll go with the exception rather than the rule. And it just seems to me that I liked when they got an ombudsman years ago. I don't know if they still have it at the New York Times, but you remember they said something.
They check you.
It was wrong. They would come out with a report that was pretty objective. I know once they had some phony thing about me in Hurricane Katrina. They took it back after, you know, and I think that if Trump is correct, and I believe he is, that he is more right than wrong in these grand pronouncements. His problem is he's not disciplined in this term as he was before for a short time. He's not on message. He does these rambling, how many different things?
Well, he almost said it himself. He says, I'm going off on a tangent.
But it is.
They're going to say I'm going off on a tangent. But I know I get your point about the coverage, but I do also think there's a difference between, you know, how you define winning and losing. It's not as simple. We've talked about this as, you know, you hit a bunch of targets. Our military is phenomenal. No one's saying they're not, but that does not mean, Geraldo, I don't think it does, that you're strategically winning the war necessarily.
I agree. And the fact that we can sit here free to say anything we want about the state of the war, and it seems to us that Trump is correct when he says that they wiped out the anti-aircraft capacity, the Navy's at the bottom of the sea, the enriched uranium is obliterated. You know, the things he says factually, I think, are correct. The problem is when you have all this truth,
right?
Where are we? How do you get out of here? No one believes that this stalemate is sustainable.
Right, they're going to play for time.
Right.
And this guy's coming on next hour. He's got some data to back it up. They claim he thinks they can hold it for 6 weeks or maybe even 8 weeks, you know, by moving their oil around and all. If they do that, our gas prices stay higher or maybe even move higher than $4.30. And then, like I said earlier, then we go back to the who blinks first again.
But you see here how he is teasing a solution to the problem.
Which is?
And it doesn't matter that he says we've won the war. It's almost over. The fact that he doesn't know what it is my point, because at a certain point, people will just be so impatient that he won't be able to do what he's doing brilliantly now. When you see these numbers at 4 o'clock, it's very strategic. The president is hyping the stock market.
Right.
He's hyping the financial market. He is making people wealthy by just rapping, oh yeah, it's great, Space Force, we got the aliens on the run. And,
I don't think he has as much influence, to be fair, on the market as he did a few weeks ago. I agree with that he's trying to do it, but
that's pretty big pop
there's
today.
a lot of AI in this. There's a lot of AI spending in this too. But you might be right. I mean,
who knows? I don't know. I don't know who's right.
Yeah, no.
I hope he's right.
Right.
For the sake of the country.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.